King Reginold, a council has been called to discuss the first ever expansion enacted under your rule.
Well, it's less expansion and more renovation. I'm not changing anyone's way of life, just improving it.
Oh, of course. I'll retitle it immediately. It seems pretty empty round here, don't you think?
They're all at the council.
Oh, yes, of course. I called them together. Would you like to leave now?
I think I would, Cornelius.
Right on, King. Everyone is waiting inside. I gave them the outline and general map of the lands in which we are going to renovate.
It sounds like the council has already started.
Oh, yes, we thought we should heat it up for you.
To what degree?
5.
I don't believe we've actually met before.
This is Lannis. He recently reached 25 feet in the self-hanging contest before he passed out and dropped to the ground.
Truly an inspiration. I'll need your signature later and discuss your views on acquiring dexterity.
Your Majesty, this is Zadera. She runs the Pacheco Insane Asylum for Animals.
Pleasure. I believe you treated the cow who went on the biting spree.
Yes. He had acute ketamine psychosis. I heard there have been some problems in the royal breeding room with some of the animals underperforming.
Actually, yes. They just don't seem to have the want or stamina.
Chronic masturbation. I've seen it before. I've cleaned it before. You give me a month. I will have it eradicated from all of the animals.
Of course. Cornelius, could you take care of this?
Of course!
Great. Cornelius, I thought you heated the counts to the 5th degree. I only see 4.
Welcome to the council, King! So glad you could make it. Everyone is here to present a problem and an amendment necessary for the strong transition into our peaceful and prosperous kingdom.
Fantastic. As you know, my kingship has never faced the challenge of annexing an unclaimed kingdom into our own. We must respect the lives these people have already established, while simultaneously inserting ourselves into their business. All our peas must be potted on the home front, so I expect you all to be in an amusing state. Now, let's begin with the architect.
Thank you, sire. As you know, over the last several weeks, I have been overseeing the structural planning of your soon-to-be-acquired town in Massachusetts. Now, it seems that where you planned the main city chambers, there is a severe lack of earth. In fact, the majority of it is water.
How could that be?
The site is, in fact, a lake, sire.
A lake? No, it's a moat.
Excuse me?
You see, architect, it is now a lake, and of course you can't build a house on water. But when water surrounds a castle, it is a moat. And what is a moat?
A segment of water surrounding a castle.
And what is the castle built on?
Land.
Exactly. So build it there.
Of course! Of course! Thank you, sire. Thank you.
I'm afraid we can go on no longer, Your Majesty. You see, we are in the middle of a pecuniary prolapse. Our fiscal fortitude has gone down the ass, and inflation is through the ceiling.
Why didn't you declare a national emergency?
Because I have the perfect solution. You see, I've been studying the ancient economy of the tribal peoples who operated on a basic bartering system, allowing for cultivating capital based on natural means. And since we have so poorly managed the creation and sustentation of our money, I propose we leave the monetary management up to the natural order of things.
What do you propose in place of the Reginold Regina?
Well, we need a currency that is both readily available for the public's picking and capable of a pragmatic function. This fulfills both requirements.
Mushrooms, perfect. Oh, they're both widely available, and eating them causes an intense elimination of hunger. Treasurer, you've outdone yourself again.
I'll initiate a campaign immediately to spread the word.
Thanks, propagandist. Would you like to discuss your issue now?
No. Not at all. I've enacted several campaigns in preparation for a consolidated populace to back our renovation. In unifying the universities and their unions for a unified household. I seem to have encountered a roadblock in trying to reach the youth. They just want to do whatever they want, whenever they want.
Well, I don't want that.
I agree. In my most recent campaign, I attempted to address this. The posters I made no impact in making them change.
You are the propagandist. You specialize in making our wants the people's wants.
I was hoping that you might have an idea.
Idea? You're asking me for an idea? Propagandist, when you say the word idea, what is the first sound that you make?
I.
You.
Me.
An idea is a idea that you come up with yourself. No one can give it to you. We will continue to seek out a solution. Thank you for your effort.
Your Royal Majesty's Highness, I would like to invite you to examine the most quizzical of problems. There was some fungus growing in the tub, so I decided to whip up a formula which would destroy all forms of life. Tastes like cotton candy. Well, it seems to have created this. What do you think it means?
I don't think it means anything, Doctor. But thank you for your concern. It's a pretty interesting subject.
Wait! Seems to have created art. Simply by rejection.
The jewels just genesis themselves out of nothing!
Too bad there isn't a practical use for it.
Can you reproduce this plant?
I'm sure I could, but I'd have to find a compatible mate.
Fantastic. Well, that concludes our council for today.
Wait! The whole purpose of this meeting was to discuss your plans for expansion.
Renovation.
Renovation.
You're right. I completely forgot. Tomorrow, we will begin our renovation for our soon-to-be town of Massachusetts. I will personally be going door to door to inform the residents of our new monocracy. Meet outside the kingdom's limits at 3:30. Council is dismissed.
Ah, yeah! Council! Tomorrow is the morrow, King. The day your kingship will be thrust upon the people.
It's a hard thing to peacefully expand, Cornelius. A bit of a paradox.
You got that right.
I only want to serve and in return be served. I have the best interest of the people in mind, but I don't think they know that. They might refuse our service.
Well, then we'll make them accept it.
I will not reign as a king if I cannot serve as a king.
That is why the people love you.
That's why I love myself.
Thank you all for arriving to the invasion party on time.
It's a renovation team. But yes, thank you.
In order to best notify the subjects that they will be participating in the renovation, we made a brochure.
The inside will brief them of the radical changes to come.
The people are delighted by your conquest, King. We have a proposal that'll affect your quality of life for years to come. Read this brochure.
It says you're going to renovate? Does that mean you're going to tear down my house?
No, only everything on the inside.
I'm very sorry, but I cannot be a part of the kingdom. My house is pregnant. It can't be bothered. I was just making it a lasagna.
Your house is pregnant?
Yes. Well, I think so. It looks like it's ready to burst. I suppose you guys can come in and take a look, but I still don't want to be a part of the kingdom.
I don't think I've ever seen a pregnant house before. Although I do suppose they have to come from somewhere.
Yes. How did this come to be?
Well, I noticed a bump in the wallpaper, and then it just kept growing and growing until I figured it was pregnant.
I could examine it to confirm.
Well, hold on a second. The baby doesn't like direct light. The only thing she likes is the night light. Here she is.
So is it pregnant?
I'm not quite sure. On one hand, it appears so. On the other, where would it come out from?
How long has it been like this?
I've been taking care of her for 13 months.
Sounds overdue for a house.
What should we do, Doctor?
In order to complete my diagnosis, I would need to take a look inside. It must be done.
I do believe it's time. Let me set the preparations.
It's a castle!
This is perfect.
The atom of architecture.
Proportions to engineering. This would be the greatest building ever built.
My precious baby. It's beautiful.
My lord, forget our plan for the moated castle. It should be our city
Mama
center.
can't take care of you, so I will.
There's so much room. King, we can fill it with the youth. That's how we'll control them. That's my idea.
I don't ever want you to grow
Now, with our new monetary budget, all we have to do is go into the forest and harvest our budget. We can fund whatever we want.
Next to me.
It seems that all of our problems have come together to create this. The perfection of virgin birth. I still can't, for the death of me, figure out how my genetic root fits into this.
I'm here now.
Interior design. We chew the root and paint the wall with the spittle. That's how everything fits into place. That's how this baby will be built.
I believe the entire council is in agreement to the absolute necessity of completing this project. But King, what about her? You can't just strip the people of their rights. You're the king, servant to the servers.
We need this building. It's fate.
You can't take that baby. No campaign would cover that up.
Perhaps we could give her the best location of the best mushroom patches in exchange for the model.
You cannot bribe a mother's instinct. It's either the building or her.
Or her. It's the choosing or hers what's made me king. Must this be built?
Absolutely.
There sometimes comes an odd absurdity during the living of a life. A situation complexed by two necessaries mutually exclusive. The merit of the person gives the answer, not the objectivity of the moral. Can I deny this building? No, for I would deny the people. Can I deny this lady? No, for I would deny the people. I must serve the people by unserving them.
We will complete the castle.
For the people?
For the people.